Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome to it's Friday, April 8th. And congratulations for making it through the first quarter of the year. Now we're into April, and this year is going by really, really fast. And I know we're talking about financial freedom, so I know April 18th is coming, and you got taxes on the brain a little bit. And I know that can be a stressful time. But what I want to talk to you about today, as our whole goal is to create financial independence and to give you the tools, the concepts, the strategies to get there. And what I want to talk to you about today is getting beyond your financial goals, becoming the person that can exceed your financial goals and going from what I call knowing to becoming. We'll talk more about that. Okay. Because our goal is for you to hit your financial goals and then exceed them and to become financially independent. And the thing is, America's track record isn't that great. Only about 5% of people become financially independent. So, by way of review, we've defined what financial independence is, we've defined financial literacy, we've introduced you to the How Money Works book, and we've taken you through the 7 money milestones of growth. That's what we've gone through so far. So, again, what's financial independence? It's the state of having sufficient personal wealth to live without having to work actively for basic necessities. So that sometime in your future, you don't have to work for your daily existence because of the assets that you own, be it cash money, be it in investment vehicles, be it real estate, be it businesses. You've got money coming in and you don't actively have to work. Okay. And less than 5% of people have that going on. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We talked about financial literacy, the fact that financial literacy is being competent. Literacy is about being competent in a specific area. Financial literacy is about being competent as it relates to money, understanding how to earn money. And man, that's changed, hasn't it? Just thinking about that for a second. How you earn money, hasn't that changed? With social media and some of the other tools that are now available, how to earn money, spend it, save it, manage, and invest it. All those areas we need to be competent in to have financial literacy. And I encourage you guys, and I wish more of you would do this. Take the financial literacy challenge. Send me your score and get this ebook. This ebook that I want to send you is a part of your financial education, and the concepts in it will blow your mind. And I'm pretty sure that you haven't heard of them before. Man, I'd really encourage you to get that ebook. And those that you have gotten it, drop some comments in the chat about just not specifically what you learned, but how it's been helpful for you in general, and whether you think it's reading. There's also a financial freedom checklist. I know when you're doing your taxes, there's a checklist of things you've got to do, information you've got to get and provide to your tax preparer so they can do a complete job of your taxes. Well, guess what? There's a financial freedom checklist you need to check off as well. And if you don't check off all the boxes, guess what? Financial freedom probably isn't going to happen. There's also an opportunity for you to get a free financial needs analysis from myself or someone on our team to really look at where you're at versus your goals. And if you want, give you some, advice, some concepts about what you might do to hit your goals. You're not obligated in any way to do that, but it's a way to get a second opinion. Okay. So, but that's by way of kind of catching up. Hopefully you got the book, How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. Please get that book. It's a great book. It's a great read. It's a great start to your education. We've gone through the 7 money milestones, and in about 3 weeks, this week, and then this week, and then the next 2 weeks, we're going to cover some financial habits. Then we're going to jump back into the 7 money milestones, and the intention is for you to have all your information with you while we're going through this half an hour together, and we're helping you actually begin to put together your plan. That you're actually putting together your plan. your game plan for how you're going to be financially independent, because it isn't going to happen by accident. Have any of you ever gone on vacation by accident? No, you had to plan it out and either buy a plane ticket or drive or whatever and kind of plan out where you're going to stay, what you're going to do, plan the money out. It doesn't happen uh, by accident. Neither will your financial independence. You're gonna need to hit these money milestones, whether you go through this process and understand them or not. They're still going to be a reality for you. Okay, so here's a question, and I'd like to get some feedback from those of you who are on Facebook and other tools listening. The reality of financial freedom. Most people will not experience financial freedom. Over 90% of people in America will not. Why do you think that is? And I want to get some feedback before we move on. I'm going to wait. I'd like to get some feedback. Why do you guys think that is? That most people will not experience financial freedom. Why do you think that is? Any ideas why people will not experience financial freedom? Any ideas? As the preacher would say, is anybody with me? Is anybody with me? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait another minute or so. Why do you think most people do not experience financial freedom? Why do you guys think that is? Why do you guys think that is? Come on, let me hear from you now. Come on now. You're gonna make me reveal the answer. You're not gonna, no guesses at all. Not one guess. Come on now. Why most people will not experience financial independence. And it's the same reason why people don't win in life, period. It's the same reason. Okay, so I'm gonna give 20 more seconds. And let's see, if I was giving away money, people would respond. So maybe we'll do that. We'll give away some money. So the first person that, no, not gonna do it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So so somebody said no financial plan, no plan. Most people don't want to live having commercial goods or sometimes services, having a stuck way of thinking. Whoa, Tanya, you own it. You own it. You own it. So check that out. Here it is. Here it is. Can you guys read that? I'm going to make it bigger on my screen so I can see it. Can you read that? It says, I'm your constant companion. I'm your greatest helper or heaviest burden. I will push you onward or drag you down to failure. I am completely at your command. Half of the things you do you might as well turn over to me, and I'll do them quickly and correctly. I'm easily managed, but you must be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I'll do it automatically. I am the servant of great people and the last of all failures as well. Those who are great, I have made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, though. I work with the precision of a machine plus the intelligence of a person. You may run me for profit or run me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Be easy with me, and I will destroy you. Who am I? I am habit. And so many of the things you guys said, lack of knowledge, no plan, most people don't want to live without having commercial goods and sometimes services. A lot of these things are right on. At the end of the day, it's your financial habits. It's your habits for everything. The reason we are who we are right now is our habits, good or bad. Good or bad. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a training or a class on how to change your habits? Have you? Well, that's what we're going to do this week and over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to suggest a book that you read, and you read it very quickly, and you use it to examine your life and to make changes where you need to make changes, not just financially, but in every area of your life. Has anybody tried to what? New Year's resolution. What's one of the famous ones? Lose weight, get in shape. Now we all know how to do that, pretty much how we should eat and working out and stuff like that. But why do people start off in January gung ho to do it? Then by February, March, about now, the gym's back empty where it was before. What are some other things that we say we're going to do that we don't do? Man, it's driven by habits. So I'm going to make some recommendations to you about some things I'm doing to change my habits, and I believe they'll work for you. They're working for me. There's a book called Atomic Habits. If anybody's read this book, put it in the comments that you have read it. I'd be interested if you've read the book before. Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's a tremendous book, and he's done a tremendous job making something that could be perceived as pretty complicated. He's made it very accessible for you to understand habits and how to change them. Okay, so Atomic Habits. You guys got that down? Please get this book. I bought the book, then I bought the audio book. I don't know about you, but sometimes what I do is I'll have the book being read by someone, and I'll even speed up the reading because you can listen and hear and comprehend a lot faster than you read. So I speed it up and have them read through the book, and I take notes, and that's how I get through more material faster. Just a tip, Atomic Habits. So I'm taking some excerpts out of here to help you think through habits, your habits and how they might help you. Okay. Why focus on habits change? Because small changes can create big results. Now, think about this for a second. If you got 1% better every day for a year, you'd be 37.78 times better at the end of the year. Not one time, not two times, not three times. 37 times better. 37 times better. If you get worse by 1% a year, you basically go down to zero. It's almost like you cease to exist in that area of your life. And he tells a story of a particular cycling team that hired someone who basically used this process with the cycling team. Not only just on their things that were directly related to cycling, but their sleep, their diet, the way they did a myriad of things around cycling. In less than 5 years, they went from never winning the Tour de France to winning it several years in a row, from winning Olympic gold medals. They went berserk by just making some small habit changes. Okay? Because the impact of your habits will compound, just like money compounds. Have you guys ever done this? I encourage you to do it, and even do it right now, where you ever do that penny double every day for 31 days? Have you ever done that? Where on day one, you have 1 penny. On day 2, you have 2 cents. On day 3, you have 4 cents. On day 4, you have 8 cents. On day 5, you have 16 cents. Do you know how much you have on day 31? Does anybody know how much money you have on day 31? This is 1 penny doubling every day for 31 days. That could be doubling any time period. It could be a year. It could be any time period. But if it doubles for these 31 time periods, do you have any idea how much money you have at the end? Can somebody do that for me real quick? Just do it. 1 becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, becomes 16, becomes 32, becomes 64, becomes 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096, 8192, 16384. It's like 33,000, 64,000, 128,000. Da, da, da. Anybody know what that number ends up being on day 31? On day 31. On day 31. Can you tell me what that would be? Anybody have any idea what that is? Well, I will tell you that it's over 10 million. It's over 10 million, starting with 1 cent. In 31 time periods, it's 10 million. So habits compound, okay? Why focus on habit change? Small changes can mean big results, okay? Focus on your current trajectory and not your current results, okay? Focus on where you're going, because the outcome, the result, is a lagging indicator. In other words, it happens after the fact. If you want to predict where someone's going, look at their habits. Right? My wife and I have been consistent over the past 2 weeks, 5 days a week going to the gym. So if I project that out, do you project me out getting in shape or not getting in shape? Well, the projections would be I'd get in shape. Now, there'd be maybe levels of it depending on how hard I work out, how well I eat. We're also doing intermittent fasting. So if we do intermittent fasting and we actually do it and eat the right way when we're eating clean and then work out every day, what's going to happen? What's my trajectory? Boom. Good habits puts time on your side. Because look, productivity compounds. Knowledge compounds. Even relationships compound. Okay? I spell compound wrong, but it compounds, okay? Now, it's also true in a negative way. Stress compounds in a negative way. Negative thoughts compound, and outrage compounds. And we saw that compound on national TV just the other day. What can happen when outrage has a chance to compound over some years? Okay, so do you want your habits compounding for you positively or negatively? We also need to have financial habits that are compounding. Ooh. You know? And I want you to start thinking about it. What are some habits that, if compounded, they would have you on the trajectory of winning financially? I want you to be thinking about that. So next thing we're going to do is forget about goals. What? Yeah, I want you to forget about goals and focus on systems. Why is that? Because systems are about the processes that lead to results. Right? You guys got a basketball team, right? The Atlanta Hawks? We got one too, Chicago Bulls. They're both going to be in the playoffs, right? How do you win a game in the playoffs? Well, you score more points than the other team. Well, how do you score points? Processes, right? Processes of passing, dribbling, shooting, setting screens for people, etc. And then there's also people trying to defeat you. They're on defense. So you need to master those processes so you can hit the result called score. So, but winners and losers have the same goals when they start the game, right? They want to win. But the one who executes the processes better wins the game. Would you guys agree? The person that dribbles better, shoots better, passes better, rebounds better, blocks people out better, doesn't turn the ball over as many, they win. Okay? So winners and losers have the same goals. Achieving a goal is just a momentary change. Right? You hit a goal, you hit it, boom, then it's over. That's why many people hit goals and then they're not happy. Why aren't they happy? Because their life really didn't change that much. Goals also restrict your happiness. If you hit the goal, you're happy. If you miss the goal, what? I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. When we're outcome focused, we focused on it be either on or off, white or black. You won, you lost. And life doesn't really work like that. And goals are at odds with long-term progress. So we'll talk about that. Now, I want you to think about this. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Think about this. What system is in place in your family, specifically at the address that you live, and in your broader family? What systems are in place for you guys to win financially? Systems, right? It's like they're institutionalized practices and processes. What systems are in place right now for you to win financially? I want you to start thinking about ones that need to be in place. Not goals, but systems. Here's a simple system. Okay? Some money came into our account from one of the things we do to create income. And I took 20% of it and it got saved. Another 10% was given away to our church, and another 10% was invested in equity markets. What if somebody did that their entire life? 10% went to the stock market, 20% got saved, and 10% was given away. Where would they be over the long haul? It's a system. Now, I wish I'd been doing that my whole life. I've gotten smarter later on. But so we're going to look at systems that you're going to put in place that are going to support your financial freedom process. Okay? And it's also, we're going to talk about overcoming some bad habits as well. Okay? So habits determine your future. Okay? They shape your future, and your future is your identity. Now, I want you to think about this. We can't live any better than our identity. Our identity is the truth that we believe about ourselves. The truth I believe about myself. And when you look at the technical definition, it's my repeated beingness. Now here's the thing. And this is the thing about changing. Whatever age you are, you've been that way, the way you are for some period of time. You've got proof that you are the way you say you are. Oh, that's just not me. I'm blank. You got proof that you're like that. Whatever it is. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I'm typically happy. I'm typically sad. Whatever you got proof that that's true. And here's why changing habits is challenging. One, we try to change the wrong thing. And two, we try to change it the wrong way. So a little bit this week and next week, we're going to try to talk about changing the wrong thing. And then that week after that, 3 weeks from now, we'll talk about changing it the right way. And then setting up some goals, not goals, but setting up some processes, some systems for you to change. Now, here's the thing. Three layers of behavior change. All of us want to change outcomes, right? Because outcomes are the results. I want to get out of debt. I want to make a certain amount of money. I want to save a certain amount of money. I want to invest and get a certain return. I want to whatever. Outcomes. That's what we focus on. That's what I get. I get that. Processes are the systems, the things you have to do to get the outcomes. Hello. I want to lose weight. Okay, great. What systems you got to put in to lose weight? Their eating systems, their shopping systems, things you buy, things you don't buy. There's, eating systems. There's cooking systems, right? There's people you hang out with who will or won't be conducive to you. You understand what I'm saying? There's some processes that need to be put in place. Then your identity, who you believe yourself to be. Because you will not operate separate from who you really believe yourself to be. And that's where the culture can impact you, man. You know what I'm saying? I spent a couple of weeks in Nigeria, and I had said this statement before. It was true. Being a minority is a geographic concept. When I was in Nigeria, I wasn't no majority. I saw 2 white people in 2 weeks. 1, 2, 2 in 2 weeks. I wasn't no minority. Now, when I left Nigeria, we laid over in Amsterdam. So in Amsterdam, guess what I was? A minority in terms of the number of people. But people that I know from Africa, they don't see themselves versus other ethnicities the same way people who are born in America do. Because even when they come to America, they don't see themselves as a minority. So this identity thing is based on our belief systems. So what we tend to want to do is change our outcomes, our results, what we get. What I want to challenge you to do is begin to change the systems, what it is that you do, and to change your beliefs, who you are. Here's an example that I read in the Atomic Habits book. Let's say you had somebody who's a smoker, and somebody offers them a cigarette. Person A says, I'm trying to quit, so no thank you. The second person says, I'm not a smoker. Ooh. The first person still identifies themselves as a smoker that's trying to quit. The second person identifies themselves as not being a smoker. Which one you think would have the best chance of overcoming smoking over the long haul? The one who sees themselves as a smoker that's trying to quit, or the one that sees themselves as not being a smoker? I would argue that the person that doesn't see themselves as a smoker. So here's part of what we're going to do going forward. Here's your assignment for today. I know you got your budgets and stuff like that, and you got your financial goals, but here's what I want you to think about. Here's what I want you to think about. Who would you need to be to have your financial goals happen? What would you have to believe about yourself? And what would you have to do on a regular basis systematically to have your financial goals? So I'm a saver, and you identify as a saver, and you got an automatic system to save already set up. I'm an investor. I see myself as an investor. So therefore, I invest, and I've got a regular way to do. You see what I'm saying? Versus I'm a spender. Money burns a hole in my pocket. I don't have a plan. Do you see what I'm saying? So I want you to start thinking about, I know you've got financial goals down. Look at them and say, okay, what kind of person would achieve those goals? What systems would they have to have in place to hit those goals? And who would they have to be? And then we're going to start taking small actions that are proof points that that's who you are. Right? If you go to the gym and work out at all, you begin to say to yourself, I'm an athlete. I'm a person that works out. If I begin to drink more water, well, I'm a person that drinks water. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the reason habits matter is because they end up being your identity, and they end up being who you are. Who you are is a sum total of your habits right now. And if you want to be somebody else, we're going to have to change our systems and we're going to change our beliefs about ourselves. So then we'll take different actions, and then over time we'll get different results. Results are the last thing to change. That's why we get discouraged. Well, I've been working out for 3 weeks. I don't see no change. The results are the last thing to happen. But you're becoming a person that exercises. You're becoming an exerciser. Where before you were sedentary. Now you're becoming an exerciser. Is an exerciser, if they stay that, are they more likely to be in shape? Yes. But if you quit before you get in shape, we just blew the whole thing up. But we get small wins. Man, my wife and I have gone 10 days in a row. Yes. And over time, we keep doing that. We're going to be in shape. We're going to get that outcome because we put that system in place. You follow me? Okay, so we want to do that around your money. Get the book Atomic Habits. Get the book Atomic Habits and read a chapter a day. Read a chapter a day and get through it. Get through it in the next 3 weeks because you'll be more equipped to win. Okay? So next week, we're going to talk about the second part of looking at your habits, right? And then we're going to talk about processes of breaking habits down and how to change them. Oh, man. Because you got things, I got things that I do automatically without thinking about them. We got to bring those things out to our awareness and really look at them and then change them if they're not serving us. We got to know how to do that for ourselves so we can change and get the outcomes we want because now we're a different person. You understand what I'm saying? Man, I'm fired up. I'll see y'all next week because this is working for me. My habits are changing, man. So I'm going to win in the areas that I decide to change in. I'm going to win. It's inevitable. And it's inevitable for you too. So come on, let's get on this. All right? And let's win together. See y'all.